do we have a motion to approve the agenda?
Support.
All right, all in favor say aye. Any opposed? All right, motion carries. We don't have any presentations or recognitions. That's been updated, so we're all set there. All right, and then do we have a motion to approve the minutes from our last meeting held on February 3rd?
So moved.
Support.
All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, moving right along tonight, I'd like to open us up for public hearing, or I'm sorry, I'm gonna move to general comments. But this is for anything that's not on the agenda. I always forget to say that. So anything just general that we won't already be talking about at some other point tonight. Come on up, Sarah. We've got to get some music. Gotta get Wheel of Fortune music.
Oh, I need walk-up music.
You do?
Yes, I do.
I'm gonna work on that.
So Sarah McCarthy, 651 East Hoffman Street. I offered to let Mr. Reed have this, but, because I was accused of stealing his thunder at the last meeting. But, several of us watched, I don't know if anybody else did, I know I did, from work with my phone like this while I was in my cooler pretending to work.
Come tell your boss.
I was gonna say, you're live streaming right now.
Yeah. I was working, I was accomplishing stuff. Mr. Meacham did not show up at his non-compliance hearing, and the judge granted the orders, we've got 21 days, and then it goes into effect. So yay. It was also nice that I enjoy listening to Judge Middleton, because you always get a history lesson.
Yes.
Does he do that every time?
Yes.
Wow. It was wonderful, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. We learned about, and Middle Street also got signed, so good for those people down there too. And, I think that's about it. I do have a suggestion. I don't know if it will help anybody or not. So tax assessments came out. I understand tax assessments, not everybody in the world does. So maybe a post on the city's website explaining what it is for those that don't know, because, I mean, Facebook was blowing up, everyone going, my tax bill went up 2,000. Well, no, that's what your taxable value possibly went up unless you bought your house. And if you didn't know that was gonna happen, that's your realtor and mortgage broker's fault, not the city's fault. So, just a suggestion maybe. I tried to teach somebody and I still don't think they understood, so.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
I don't know if it's something, just a blank one to kind of, just these are the important lines, and this is what you need to look at.
That's a really good idea. Thank
Yeah.
you.
And Sean still wants his remote navigators.
Wonderful. Thank you. Anybody else for public comment? All right, I'm not missing anybody, right? Hop up now. All right, let's go ahead and close public comment and move along to our business items. Tonight we have the lovely ladies from the clerk's department in the county, and they are here to tell us about early voting. Come on up, Gina.
Jeannie Everson, County Clerk Register. I'm here to with my elections staff, and we're just here to talk about the early vote agreement. It's a 2-year agreement, so it's time to take a look at it again and then answer any questions that you might have. We did make a couple of changes. We want it to be open longer, so we'll be open at 7 o'clock in the morning, which is something people said. We'd like to be able to vote on our way to work and on our way home, so we'll be then closing at 6 o'clock, Monday through Friday, and then on the weekends, we'll be open 9 to 5, so just staying consistent there with hours. Also increasing what we pay our election inspectors, so it's $14 an hour that the state will reimburse. We increased that to 16, and then also for the chair, there should be a little bit more for the chair that day, so that's $20. So those are the changes that we made. So if you have any questions about the agreement, again, I have my election staff here, Melissa Bliss and Teresa Ives, to help answer some questions.
I've actually heard this presentation before, so all my questions are answered. Anybody else? Do we need a motion to approve or anything? We do? Okay. Any discussion at all? No? Okay.
Support.
All right. All in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Thank you so much. Motion carries. Appreciate you ladies coming out, especially on such a lovely evening to have to miss a few hours. So thank you so much. All right. Next up, we have a box hanger lease transfer from Hope Air to Three Rivers Barrow.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. All right, this is one that TJ has worked on.
So we talked about this at the last meeting. So again, I did reach out to the owner of Three Rivers Aero, had a conversation with him. He was same as the other buildings, so his are exactly the same uniform. Buildings are a little bit different size, so that might have a little bit difference in the price, correct, Amy? Other than that, it's the same term, same form, and the term will be a little bit different because we're entering into it differently, so, however, that's what's attached. The reason it's on the agenda is because we had approved one in December that looked different, and so this just supersedes that one. And moving forward, it's my understanding that we'll be bringing the updated lease version for all new tenants that are interested in taking or renting the property out of the airport.
That sounds perfect. Now, is that something that we make public, like the new lease, like, hey, if you're gonna lease property?
If they're interested, they will reach out probably to the airport manager and board, and he can give them copies. There's a whole lot of other, if you look at those, a lot of exhibits that go on that, the rules and regulations of the airport, there's a lot of other documentation that goes along with it.
Okay.
And part of that application process, they could, if they wanna know what the lease entails, they're more than welcome to get it. It is a FOIA-able document, it's a document they can get, so it's in our record, so anybody who wants to look at it, they can request it.
Okay, thank you. Is there anybody here to speak on it? Anybody with an interest? No? Okay. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved. Support.
Alright. Is there anyone who would like to make a public comment? That's pretty much what I just did. Still nobody? Okay. Alright. Any discussion here? Alright. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Alright, motion carries. Right along. I think we must be lucky because we're live streaming tonight. Alright, 10.3, demolition of 318 South Main Street. Who's taking point on that? Thank you, John.
So this is a project that we bid or put out for bids in January. We got 5 bids and the lowest one was, Handy Excavation or excavating company. They're in, Quincy, Michigan. So not too far away, but they service, a lot of southern Michigan. And they did $17,000, so we're asking for $17,000 plus, just in case, 10% contingency now. So we've never, not used them before, but they've had really good, all the references were really good.
Yeah, thank you. And it seems the gentleman's last name is literally Andy.
Okay.
Can't beat that.
Might need something.
Absolutely. All right, is there anyone here to speak about this? Any comments? No? Okay. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
All right. Any discussion here?
Question.
Mhm.
What I noticed is the closest bid to that was right around $5,000 more. Did they bid on a different scope, or was the scope of it all the same?
The scope of the bid was exactly the same. They all got the same RFP, which is here, so they all have the same understanding. There is a little bit of asbestos removal that we had surveyed or assessed by a separate company, so that will be part of it. Handy Excavating does do use a subcontractor, but we checked out their references as well. They're called Right Way Remediation, and they built that into their costs, so we don't expect it to be too high. But, we weren't too sure. We didn't really ask them, why did you bid so much lower? They might have just been, they wanted to get in and expand their area of service, so we look forward to potentially working with them in the future.
So thank you for checking their references. I appreciate that.
Yep.
Carol, did you have? Oh, yeah, it really is. Okay. Any further discussion from the board? Oh, this is the one we're taking down, huh? Wow.
It is.
Wow, that's a deal for $17,000.
Yes.
And it includes the detached accessory structure right there, so.
Wow.
We finally got the ankle out of there, or what?
Fantastic. That would be nice to not have anymore.
How soon they looking at doing it?
I talked to them a little bit about scheduling. They have a few other projects, but I think they said something, don't quote me on this, but sometime in the next few months. Possibly less. I wrote it down, but I didn't memorize it, so, sorry.
Demo is something we can do any season, right? Or typically like to.
Yeah, I mean, the contractors have, it depends on the nature of the project and stuff like that, and if they have to close down, roadways or anything like that, so in this case, I don't think they can do everything from the side or back, so, but yeah, they can do demolitions in the winter months as well.
Thank you. Anybody else? All right, all in favor of accepting this proposal, please say aye. Any opposed? All right, motion carries, thank you. All right, next up, the consent agenda. Is there anybody who has any comments on the consent agenda before we proceed? No? Okay, of course I will, but do we have a motion?
Support.
All right, I do have some questions on, let's see. The legal and professional fees, and I'm just really curious about how this works. Joe, you can probably answer this, and maybe Bobby, you might need some help here, or to help here. We spent in January a total of $53,537.33 in that line item. And TJ's bill is slightly over 10,000, and then there was another like 245, which is probably some level of paperwork or something, right?
Filing fee.
Filing fee.
Yes.
Okay, where did the $42,709 go?
The audit was over 40,000 of that off the top of my head.
Okay,
The other, my bet would be, we do legal services outside of, like a labor attorney that I know we had to talk to a couple of times in December without, I don't memorize all the invoices either, I look at them, but I don't have them memorized. So off the top of my head, I know the audit was the other big portion of that.
that was the $41,420.
Yeah,
Okay, so I was just looking then for the $12.89. So that's kind of what I thought it was. When I looked at the rest of the amounts, that's what I expected. I'm curious why that came out of legal and professional fees and not out of a finance line item, seeing as it was finance. So I'm just curious there.
It's considered a professional fee, so
But- Okay.
I would have to go to the chart of accounts. I mean, a lot of what we do is where it was always put, so we mimic where it always went, because for accounting, you would be able to find it. So I could go back to the chart of accounts and find the rules for you, but I just know that historically it had been there, so that's where we budget for it.
Okay, because there are professional fee line items in the finance
Is that
category.
801? That's actually for, what we call SPIDOs.
Which one?
SPIDOs, what we call SPIDOs.
Okay.
So 801 is solely used for us, it's software, because we have to track those separately.
Okay,
So it's the accounting fund that we have to do. So professional fees for us and all those other, departments is where we run reports for end of year, because we have to analyze if we have to do special accounting for them at the end of the year.
Okay.
So the professional fees is solely our software subscriptions.
okay, good to know. So we're spending actually a lot more on software than I thought. Okay,
Most likely everything's software based anymore.
oh, I know.
Yeah.
I'm actually in talks with a software company, and I'd love to bring, once I know everything I need to know and have a chance to talk to their references, I'm gonna be bringing, that information to the board as well. Good software, man, good software will make you, bad software will break you, for sure. So thank you for that. Next question is about trees. So in this group of invoices, we spent $137,000, a little over. And then I was looking to see what our tree budget might be. Amy, this might be a question for you, maybe? I don't know, we'll see. I saw tree beautification costs as a budgeted item, but we had spent 80% of that budget and it was only 141 to begin with. I'm curious where the trees come out of. Like the J.C. and Sons is the removal always, right? And I know we have a lot of trees to take down in our city. That's something that I heard constantly while campaigning was, can you please get these trees down? I'm grateful my block got done. I'm not worried about that tree anymore, but thinking of other people. And I'm curious what our plan is with the dangerous trees that are in the terraces. Do we know anything about that offhand, or is that something you can maybe get back to me about?
What do you want, either way?
Either way, it's fine with me.
You want to do a report or no report?
Your choice. I'll give the quick summary.
Sure.
So we normally spend about $25,000 a year to take down trees.
Okay,
But this current fiscal year, we did a big jump
okay,
because we had a lot of citizen reported trees, and then when we checked on them, they were in the dangerous area. And so we just did a big project to take them down. So aside from taking, extra money out of the normal,
Yes.
we spend about $25,000 a year,
Okay.
with
No, that's totally fine, I'm not asking for a specific, it doesn't have to be 53. Are we expecting to do any more?
Not this fiscal year.
Not this fiscal year, okay, so not till at least summer. Okay, thank you. All right, one other thing I saw that I wanted a little clarity on was $117,000 for the River Country Sports Commission. I'm just curious.
That was a grant commission approved for pickleball courts. Some of it was
So it just
not our
came through?
money and some of it was our money.
Okay, awesome. Do you have any idea what percentage was ours?
I think that the IEP was 45,000 and then I could look to get
Okay.
exactly, but probably about 50.
I thought we gave it 70. I don't know if we spent it all.
Yeah, they haven't spent it all yet, no, we're at 117,000, I think,
Yeah.
spent.
I think the city funds we've authorized are 70.
Yeah, I could look to see for sure, but it was, when we brought it to commission, we told them exactly, like, what.
Excellent.
So,
I'm glad it wasn't all our money.
Yeah,
That's
no,
a
not
lot.
all ours, there was some that we got grants for other places that flowed through us.
Wonderful, thank you, okay. And I'll have one last one. I noticed, 70,000 for cable TV franchise fees. And we've only spent 10,000 of it so far, but I have no idea what that's about.
Is that it? Revenue? The only thing I know for cable TV franchise fees, money we get paid.
Okay, what would that be for? I thought it was an expenditure, but maybe I'm mistaken.
I was like, do you know what page it's on? I can't-
Sorry, my computer's a little slow here. If you think it's a revenue, I'll totally believe that.
Yeah, I know we get, annually we get paid a revenue for cable TV franchise fees, but I don't
And what is it?
off the top of my head. It's just payments that get paid to municipalities for allowing cable TV to be in their area.
Like just to exist?
Yeah,
To exist.
yeah, right.
Money to
You're
exist, I
welcome
like
for being
it.
here, I don't know, it was a long time that we've had that, but that's an annual amount that we get, but I don't know of anything off the top of my head that's a expenditure for that.
Okay, fabulous. That sounds great. Okay, thank you. That's all my questions. Does anybody else have any about the consent agenda? Okay. All right. Do we have a motion to approve? I believe we do. Okay. All right. All in favor of approving the consent agenda, please say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. All right. So our next item is, it's recommended that we appoint, reappoint some board and commission members. And, this part was actually amended, so if anybody didn't have a chance to look, please feel free to. We do still have some vacancies here. We have 5 vacancies on the airport board, 1 on the Board of Appeals, Board of Review has 2, Cemetery has 1, but we just put in 3, so that's really nice. HDC has 2, Housing Corporation has 2, let's see, IDA, what's IDA?
Industrial development.
Industrial Development, thank you, that has 1, Library is full, Local Officers is full, we have 1 vacancy on the Park Boards, 4 on Planning Commission, and none on Streets and Sidewalks, so. Do we have a motion to approve, all these new, or not all these new members, all these members to reappointment? So.
Support.
Thank you. Any comments? All right. Good. I mean, you can comment if you'd like, but the agenda's been updated.
Shouldn't have gone to citizen comments first?
You can if you'd like, sure.
Okay.
I don't want to stop you.
No, that's fine. I can't go that way, so it's all right. My eyes aren't too good today, so
I don't know if you have the new list as well.
it's fine. I get it. But with that being said, I know in the city code and in the city charter, there are, parameters that must be followed or in good standing type of thing. And I would just like to encourage the commission to think outside that, city box, because the zip code is 49093, and it is imperative for the future to work really closely with townships, with court decisions, with, other members of the community. I also think it's really important, especially in this, no matter who you vote for, that's why they have the curtain on the booth, but it's really important that if somebody is gonna make a very strong statement, such as on a YouTube video of a judge that likes to stream, that they are falling into sovereign citizen territory or falling into nationalist territory based upon the fact of a judge's ruling on zoning. And if you're so opposed to zoning that you take out lawsuits to oppose zoning, maybe you're not the right candidate for any one of the city's boards. So moving forward, I would encourage the commission to just be global thinkers and see what type of, everybody has a right to their opinion, I certainly am a proponent of that. But I would really, they are fiduciaries of the city's assets, they are fiduciaries of the city's interests, and I really think that they should be held accountable to their conduct. Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn. I like the global thinkers.
Global thinker. Global.
Any further comments on this item? All right. We have a motion, correct? We do. All right. Any discussion from the board? Nope. All right, I don't hear any. We have a motion to approve, the people on the list. Or we do, I'm so sorry, all in favor say aye. I'm sorry.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you, everybody, motion carries. All right. All right, guys, we are almost done. This is gonna be the shortest meeting since I've been here. All right, we are down to city commission and city manager's communications. Who would like to go first? Yeah.
Well, I've given this a lot of thought over the last few months, and at this point, I would really like to see us recognize our former mayor, Tom Lowry, for all of his years of service at our next meeting. I think he's done a lot for this community, personally, and helped the community in a lot of ways, and is still doing it. And I think we recognize everybody else when they retire or they leave. I think it's time that he got recognized for all the years that he gave to this city. And I'd like to do it next meeting, if that's possible, with the commission's approval.
I spoke to him on your behalf, and he indicated that he wasn't ready at this time for that.
He's not ready? Okay. I just felt I had to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah. When he's ready, please let us know.
Yep.
Thank you. Any other commissioners' comments? Anybody? Anybody?
Well, I'll do my typical, thank you our first responders, police department, thank you guys again for everything you guys do. I happened to be in town a little bit earlier today over by the pharmacy, and I seen some stuff going down over there, so job well done, getting that nasty garbage off our streets. Thank you again to everybody here at the city for all you guys do. Again, the most thankless jobs that people will never even understand, and you guys do it every day, so I told you every time I'm in here, I'm gonna thank you, and I'm gonna keep thanking you for what you do. Bobby, you're a gangster. That's it for me.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay. Luke, nothing from you? You should got something for us. All right. TJ, or I'm sorry, TJ, or just-
I'm all good tonight, she took
Took
with
the thunder.
consent, She gave a great recitation of what happened on Wednesday. It is on YouTube if you wanna watch it, so.
All right.
So there you go.
Okay, excellent, thank you. All right, I just have a couple quick comments. I'm curious, to the board, we have a line item for for dues and memberships. And quite often when I come in, I have like magazines and such here on the table here waiting for me. And I'm guessing that those probably come from things that we're paying dues for, right? I'm curious if anybody here, if there's any organizations you know of that we're paying dues to be part of, that you value, that you learn from, and just see if there's anything anybody really enjoys or finds value in.
Are you actually that we take those?
No, like there's a line item, so the city is paying for them on our behalf, and it is about $6,200. And like I said, I just keep getting all these magazines, and I realize somebody's paying for them, and it's the taxpayers. But are there any organizations that we're a part of that you value, that you learn from, that you want to remain a member of? Any you could say, hey, Angel, you should check out this one, or anything you think is worth the money. Personally, I like the Michigan Municipal League. I would definitely think we should keep paying for that. That's been very valuable to me. I see Commissioner Sample is shaking his head as
A
well.
lot of good information that comes from Michigan Municipal League.
Yes, for sure. But are there any that we're missing, or are there any that we could potentially not renew membership for and save the city a few bucks?
You know, every like year or so, I get a big old giant catalog from Uline,
What's that?
and I have no idea why they would be sending a commissioner a giant catalog from Uline.
Uline, is that industrial products?
Yeah, exactly.
We all get it.
I think that's their marketing
We all pay
campaign.
that.
Steve,
No, we
they're
don't.
gonna start business, but yeah, I don't know.
I was still working in the industry, that'll be all right. Well, actually, I used to have my supervisor order all that stuff, like, oh, you give me this part, I'm not paying for that.
All right, well, would there be consensus then to maybe consider looking into cutting back on our spending in this category and maybe, let me ask it this way. Could we have consensus to have maybe a report of what we actually have to see if we want to utilize it? And then give us a chance to take a look. Maybe there's some great information out there that we just aren't utilizing, but if we were to determine that we only want X, Y, and Z, then maybe we can stop paying dues for some of these other organizations. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Okay. I'll nickel and dime it, but I'll do my best to save. Thank you, everybody. All right. And then I got several calls about code enforcement since our last meeting. A particularly lovely elderly woman who is just a pillar of our community. She didn't want to be named, but she talked about how there seem to be 2 rivers instead of 3, and that one side of town looks great and her side of town does not. And she was so lovely in her comments. I can't express enough just how genuine this person was, and she really wants to see code enforcement enforced throughout our city, not just on the north side. So I'm hoping, I tried to explain to her, like, hey, we have, we're targeting certain areas and we're doing our best, but I continue, even just right before the meeting tonight, I got a call about on several different properties, and I said, okay, send me the addresses, I'm walking into commission in half an hour, and the gentleman said that he would have to catch me up at the next one, because he can go out and take some pictures tomorrow. So I guess I'll be bringing that back later, but code enforcement, again, it's something I hear all over, but these were 2 very particular calls today, or recently today and a recent day. So I hope we can really put some focus on code enforcement. It's something that's very important to a lot of people. And that's about all I've got for tonight, other than some thank yous. I appreciate every single person in this room, especially our chiefs, fire and police. Thank you so much to your crews. I'm so grateful that there's somebody willing to run towards bullets and fires for me, because I know I wouldn't be able to do it. So thank you all so much. Thank you to city staff for taking care of things. John, thank you for always checking references. I appreciate you especially. So thank you, everybody. Anything else before we ask for a motion for adjournment? All right, do we have a motion to adjourn? All right, all in favor say aye. Any opposed? All right, motion carries. We are adjourned tonight. Thanks, everybody.